My name is Timothy, and this is XPR Garage. Today I was doing a little bit of stuff. I went up to a friend of my house, and I started looking on Facebook, and the guy had some outings and stuff for B-Body. And I went up there, talked to him, I picked them up. Got talking, asked him if he had any more, because he could count a little bit of parts business, mainly for like Camaros and stuff. Like the late model stuff. And asked me if he had anything else. I said, yeah, I had an old 440 behind the shed with a hood over it that we pulled out of a derby car a long time ago. And I said, okay. Go around and look at it. Pulls the hood up. And I could tell it was an older motor because it's a forged crank. And I looked at the date code, and it's a 66. Well, after a day of me running back home, getting a truck, going all the way back, and finally got there, loaded it up, paid for them and everything. And I got home. It's been a hot day. It's been like 100 degrees today, with some humidity. So it's been a hot day. We finally got unloaded. Me and Dad started taking. We got the motor. Started kind of wiggling around. It does move. Haven't made a full 180 yet. Distributor hole was covered up, and it's pretty clean on the inside. A little bit of surface rust to really get back there. You got these rockers. Somebody installed the rockers on backwards. It looks like some of them are just about worn out. But it's got the 915 heads, which was what I was hoping and thinking that it had because of 67. For a 67 car, it would have had 915 heads. I don't know what size valve. It is not an HP block, just a regular C440. So it is for a 67 car. Not exactly sure what these little numbers are for, the 1, 6, and a 2. I didn't think it really means anything. It does turn. It does seem like it has compression. Don't really feel like there's any ridges or nothing too bad. I will end up tearing this thing completely apart, go ahead and re-gasket it, make sure everything's okay. I do know the rockers are, like I said, on backwards. So I'll change them out to a set that I got. Make sure, clean everything up, because there's a little bit of rust. Since the motor's that nice, I kind of just want to make sure it's good and maybe throw a gasket set in it. Clean it up and give it a good paint job. And I'll probably end up switching out from my Charger because it's got the lifter's ticking on me again. So it might be about time to change that and start working on it too. But 440, good price. Had to go ahead and pick it up. It looks terrible, especially with the valve covers on it. But kind of a hidden gem, I guess. An old lime green paint. So yeah. Probably our next little project I might do tomorrow after working on my girlfriend's car. Got some brake issues I gotta look at. But yeah. Cool little motor I got. Go through it and check the compression. If it's real low, which I'm not for sure how these early blocks were done with these compression heads. I need to do my research on it. It'd be real nice if it's a higher compression motor because that'd be fun. I do believe these don't have hardened seats, but I don't know if it had any valve work done to it. The heads feel almost like they've been ported a little bit, honestly. I mean, there's little sharp edges there, but it's not. I'm not feeling anything like my other heads. Then again, I've had the valves widen bigger on the other one. So most of the problem with that one probably is that. But yeah. Alright, so maybe you guys can hear me with the fan and raining. I'm going to go ahead and start tearing this motor apart. I at least want to see I want at least want to get the heads off, see what the compression ratio is, and get a little more idea on the inside of the motor. And go kind of from there. But yeah, let me do that while it's raining and see what this thing looks like on the inside. Alright, so I got the heads off, the valley pan and all that. Very, very clean, pretty much. You gotta think this motor was sitting on the side of the shop with a hood somewhere over it, laying completely on the side. Not too bad. A little bit of surface rust. I got about 2 to 3 lifters. Other than that, they fall on their own, pretty much. I got, where is I think this one. It's one for sure down here. That was just a little bit stuck. Cam doesn't look too bad worn or nothing. I'm sure it probably could use another bore. But it looks like it's still the standard pistons. I will clean up the bores and get all this stuff cleaned out. Here's number 1. Where's my light at? Hey, this goes. There's number 1. That's the worst one, number 3. That one obviously had a valve stuck open. But I think it could be cleaned up. Yeah, not too bad. I'll take the cam out, see what kind of cam it is, see if it's stock or if they replaced it. And make sure all the lobes are good, check the lifters, probably take the lifters all apart to clean them just to make sure. Yeah. Let me finish cleaning up this out, see if I get the motor to turn all the way around. I got it turned about halfway. That's probably for that one piston over there. I'm going to go ahead and finish cleaning this thing up. Top of the heads look about the same way. I did notice it has these push rods. I'm guessing because this is an earlier one, it has the smaller end inside of the toward the lift. They did install the rockers on them. Yeah, the heads don't look too bad either. Alright, well I'm going to finish turning this thing. At least getting it turned over and everything. And then probably check the deck height before I go any further. Alright. Alright, so I got it all freed up. Basically, I took a little wire brush. That's not my flashlight. Right over here. Took a little wire brush, kind of cleaned up the cylinder a little bit. And then I just kind of eased the rings into it. Did a little bit of surface rust. See a bunch of holes. Better clean up. I'll finish getting ready to give it a little cone. Just to get the crosshatch back. See how much overboard and everything it is. The piston is 96 thousandths below deck. 95, 96. So, for a flat top piston, I believe that's not bad. Not zero deck, but hey, that's probably the highest commercial 440 I got at the moment. That's put together. Yeah, I do a little bit of calculating of what the bore and all that, and figure out what the actual compression ratio is. And yeah, I'll finish turning down some other time. But this engine will probably be coming together here, or kind of a cheap rebuild. Alright, well this will probably be a short video. But found out why the engine, I was hoping the engine survived longer than what the car did. Well, it probably did, but number 5 and 6 have spun. I don't know if the crank is saveable still or not. There's that one gash that I'm worried about. If this thing is still standard, it might clean up at 30. I'm thinking. That is the only spot that I can relatively fill pretty easily. Here's part of the bearing still in here, but I'm sure that the rods are probably toasted. I know one of them, the cap's bad. It's got a real deep cut in it. So these two rods, worst case scenario, they're bad. Not a huge deal. Like to keep the pistons if I could, honestly. So, if any of you have any ideas on how to get the pistons and the rods disconnected without breaking the piston, that'd be nice. Well, honestly, I guess I cut them off, worst case. Yeah, I probably could do that. Just save the piston. But yeah. That's probably going to be it of this. I'm going to throw the bottom end of the block probably back together and then paint like a little marker on it. The block's good. Just put rod, just remember. The oil pump was broke. First time I had that happen. It's been broke for a while. You can tell by the way the brake is. A little bit of rust on it already. So that's got to be fixed, but I think I actually have a piece to fix that. Yeah. That'll probably be it. The heads were definitely worth it. The block, it seems to be worth it. If I can get those two rods off and I got a crank that's good, I might piece it together just from other ones. I want to try not to take it to the machine shop and do all that. So if I can figure out all that, I will do that. But I'll have to go and look in my inventory. Cast crank will probably work too for now. But I'd rather put a forge back in it if I can. But yeah, any more updates on that once I figure it out, and I'll let you guys know. But as far as this, I'm just going to stick it back together, figure out what the cam is. I'm probably sure it's a stock cam. I have the plastic timing gear on it. But it looks to be good so far, but I haven't really looked into it. So yeah, thank you for watching, and hopefully there'll be some more videos on maybe putting this thing back together with a different crank, of course, and different rods. Thank you for watching.